Welcome to Behind the Scenes at the Hanover Theatre. Now, here's your host, Lisa Condit.
Thank you all for listening today. I'm excited to be here speaking with Amie Engerbretson, who is featured in the Iceland segment of Warren Miller's Face of Winter, presented by Volkswagen and coming to the Hanover Theatre Friday, November 2nd. It's a great way to spend a Friday night. We've loved having the Warren Miller movies here each year, and welcome to our program.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. So I was doing a little reading on you, and you are quite the accomplished woman, I have to say. Skiing since you were 10 months old. You must have really had to work hard to, was it your father who is also a great skier?
Yeah, I think that, I started skiing my first day on skis. I was 10 months old, and I think that's just a product of my dad being so passionate about skiing and that kind of immediately jumping into my cellular makeup. And at the time, my dad was a professional skier, and he was a young guy, and he loved to ski, so he said, I have a daughter, and let's have her ski. And I liked it. I loved it right away. We have childhood videos of me skiing the driveway, and I can't even really talk yet. All I say is just like, again. Like, I loved it immediately.
Oh, that's so great. And it's amazing that you're able to follow your passion, and for such an amazing, what would you call it, organization like Warren Miller that it flies you all over the world. So tell us a little bit about that journey you go on in this latest Warren Miller movie.
Yeah, so this year we went to Iceland, as you mentioned, and it was really cool for a couple of reasons. First being I've always wanted to ski in Iceland, and it was my first time over there, and I was really blown away by Iceland. It was gorgeous. You know, the hype that everyone has around Iceland is totally real. It's like going into a story book, basically. It's so cool. And then it was also a really cool trip because, Warren Miller, without Warren Miller, I wouldn't be a professional skier, because what he started years and years and years ago, 30, 40 years before I was even born, created a lifestyle and created a path for people to follow that didn't exist before. And so going on this trip, it was really one of those classic Warren Miller segments where you're having this out-of-this-world adventure and you're seeing amazing things and the skiing is awesome. And, yes, it's a ski trip, but I think that's one of the cool things that, Warren Miller does with their trips. And what Warren Miller, I think, set out to do with making these movies was skiing was the vehicle, but it was the adventure that was what you were after. And that our trip in Iceland really embodied that principle.
That is so cool. And I do know a lot of people who have been to Iceland, and you're right, there is a big hype about it. So it's great to hear that it really is real, especially for an adventure athlete like you, right?
I loved it. Yeah, I loved every second of it. I mean, the skiing was fantastic. We were with Arctic Heli skiing, and we were in late May, so it was in the corn cycle, which is just kind of more like spring skiing. We're not as much looking for power, just more looking for soft snow and stuff like that. But we would ski all the way down to the ocean, and the ocean is the Arctic Sea up there. And one of the nights we actually went skiing after dinner because, the sun didn't set till about midnight.
Crazy.
And so we were skiing during sunset at 10:30 p.m., and sunset lasts 3 hours instead of 15 minutes, and so it was just gorgeous.
Amazing. And so is any of that beautiful cinematography captured for us to see as well, or is that just a behind-the-scenes moment we'll have to imagine it?
No, we captured all of it, and it's all there in the movie, and I think it's going to be a really great segment, and it's going to be a great movie in general. There's so many cool locations this year. And then it will be a tribute year. The film will be a tribute to Warren Miller because he did pass this last winter after an amazing, long, adventure-filled life. And so the movie this year is really just going to celebrate Warren Miller and his passion for skiing, of course, but for adventure and for bringing people together.
Absolutely. And you mentioned the bringing people together. Talk to me a little bit about the community of athletes that he's really, fostered and has quite the legacy left behind in all of your names and what you're doing from this point forward.
Well, as I said, I think a lot of us wouldn't be doing this if it hadn't been for Warren Miller, if he hadn't started this journey lifestyle. There's a lot of us professional skiers and adventurers that wouldn't even be doing what we're doing. So that, for that, we're so grateful to him. But then, on this trip that I was just in Iceland, I went with this woman named Anna Siegel. She's an Australian skier, and I had never met her before. But on this trip, on this journey, we became, friends for life, and we had a great time together, and we shared so many common passions and goals, and it's fun to kind of get dropped into a situation with people you either do know or don't know, and you just have a great time, and you're friends, and was pretty cool because halfway through the trip, Johnny Mosley showed up as well, which I've known Johnny for a long time, but Anna had never met him. And so it was just, I think that that's kind of one of the magic parts about these Warren Miller movies is I've done segments with my best friends and I've done segments with total strangers, and it's both ways. It's a blast.
It sounds amazing. It really, truly does. Any words of advice for budding skiers who wish that someday they might be able to be in a movie like this?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the one thing that I kind of always come back to when people ask about my ski career is that, I have treated my ski career as a career, and I treat myself as a skier as a brand. And so while, what people see on my Instagram or what they see in the Warren Miller movies is just me having a great time, smiling, laughing, adventuring, doing all this fun stuff, it's important to know there's work behind it, and that work does involve computer work and building proposals and pitches and budgets and, using Excel and being, really treating it like a business and a career, not just being like, well, I'm a really good skier, so somebody should take care of everything for me. It's like, well, you have to show your value to the brands that help you achieve these things. And so I think that maintaining that, of course, it's fun. It's, the best job I could ever have. It's still a job, and it still works sometimes, and you need to, respect that,
I think that is the best advice I have heard yet. So thank you so much. That's fabulous, and we're all looking forward to living vicariously, at least when we do go and see Warren Miller's Face of Winter, again, presented by Volkswagen, coming to the Hanover Theatre Friday, November 2nd. It starts at 8 p.m. It's about 90 minutes long. We do say it's appropriate for most all ages, and the tickets are really reasonably priced. They start at just $23, and I know that we also offer group discounts for 10 or more. And let's face it, skiers are friendly people. It's easy to get a group together. So there is more information available on our website, which is thehanovertheatre.org. We've been speaking with Amie Engerbretson. And Amie, is there a way that people can find out more about you as well?
Yeah, the best way is to search me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is @Engerbretson. And you can follow my adventures there.
Fabulous. Well, we can't wait to see you at the theater. Everybody else, stay tuned. We'll be back with more after this quick break here on WCRN AM 830, Behind the Scenes with the Hanover Theatre.